My Jeep rolled over in the ditch. Good morning, my name's Reid and this is my Harker EDC camper. I built it out in spring of this year, went on a long road trip on which I managed to lay it over on its side in a ditch in upper Ontario, Canada. We'll take a minute here and show you around on my custom interior build. When my Jeep rolled over in the ditch up in Canada, it fell on the passenger side here. It was lying full 90 degrees, resting on the side. Only damage it did was I had to replace passenger door mirror and a couple of front fender clips. The Harker took all of the brunt of the weight on the upper portions of it. I saw no ill effects at all. We winched it back up on its tires, back up on the road, and found nothing more than that little external damage. Out here on the outside, I've added a 180-degree awning, got a shower enclosure, got a outdoor shower hookup, 120-volt outdoor hookup that goes to the hatch table, got the outside propane connection for cooking outside, campfire outside, and on the front, on the top of the cab, I've got my, what I call the garage, which is where all my dirty work, my recovery gear, tools, chainsaw, everything for off-roading. Here on the roof, I've got a Max Fan Deluxe with the handheld remote and a Starlink satellite. I've chosen to add a grab handle, which I find really useful and helpful for my old age, getting in and out, as well as getting the top pulled back down when I close it up. I keep my bed full-time made on the sleep platform. We'll lift it up and take a look at my interior cabinetry work. All of this interior cabinetry build is all custom. I build it myself. I've got controls here so I can operate things like my interior lighting. All of my other loads are controllable from there. Seat system over here with storage and my fridge on a fridge slide underneath of it. Center compartment is a pantry drawer. In the very front of the cabinetry up here, I've got an onboard 15-gallon water tank, and we'll open cabinets up and show you some of the features on the interior of those. Hatch I did in the tailgate too. Okay. I've tried to build this with as much storage capability and much efficiency as I could come up with. So every square inch of this I've tried to make use of. I've got an EcoFlow fridge on a slide that comes all the way out. I've got a 47-inch long, call it a pantry drawer. That gives me storage for things I need readily available coming outside for day cooking. And then in this compartment, and I'll explain the doors to you in a second here, is where I have some of my outside camp gear, like camp chair, table, propane, other things that go with being outside on the ground. I designed all my cabinetry so that my cabinet door enclosures don't have any hardware. I don't want to have anything that's a door that hinges in my way or latches to come loose. So all of my cabinet door panels are a slide-in and latch in a track. And that, when we laid it on its side, none of those even released. This panel here is my control center for the whole rig. I've got a 12-circuit load control center that I can control almost everything that's AC or DC in the whole rig. Got my Propex furnace thermostat. I've got my Renogy battery monitor here, and I've got my wagon inverter control, remote control, so I can cycle it on and off from here. Down here lower, I have air compressor control systems where I can couple up air pressure to my all four tires with wheel whips. I can air up or air down all four tires simultaneously off of my onboard air compressor. Room, kitchen. I built this to where it acts as a cabinet, cooktop, or work surface. In here is storage for all my various devices. I can take my door cabinets off to get into all my gear. And what I have here is dry goods storage area. I have a microwave with more storage. I have a flip out sink system. And then back behind here is where my Propex heater is at. and my 1.5 gallon electric water heater. Water pump and air compressor are also down in the bottom corner of this area down here. As you can see, I'm almost full forward inside my camper, standing on top of my pantry drawer unit. So I'm 10 full inches above bed height. I'm almost full forward in the bed. I've built the top of this cabinet with electrical outlets. I've got 110 volts up here at the front end that power to my full-time electric blanket. Also, I have an electric cooktop that I plug in and we'll prepare meals here on top of the countertop. Here at the back, I've got additional 110 volt outlet as well as USB plug connectors. So I've got charge ports for my phone, my watch, gear storage, as well as food prep, meal prep, whatever here on top of this countertop. On this side, we've got cabinetry that has cushions that gets me to where I can get down into. I can access my fridge through the cabinet here. Velcro's too good. So I don't have to necessarily slide the fridge out. If I'm inside in bad weather, I can reach down to get into my fridge without being outdoors. And this front compartment is where all of my electricals are. This is where my inverter is, my 50-watt DC-DC, my circuit breakers, my 12-channel load control center, fuses, relays. That's basically where all the electrical center control is. Here on the front wall of my camper, I've got dual dirt circuit 200 amp hour batteries that I got with the Harker, as well as the full roof is the solar panels that I got from Harker, the big dirt circuit panels on the roof. I've got here's my Starlink. The other devices here on the front wall this is a Bluetooth module for my Renogy DC-DC charge controller. And this is a app that gives me a leveling indicator on an app in my phone, so that when I'm parked up, I can get much more accurate leveling, within 1/4 of an inch if I want to be real fussy on getting parked and camping level for the night. I designed my cabinetry such that access to the sleep platform, it's easy for me to reach because I'm already up one step to get to there. Then the way I've designed my way in is from tailgate to drawer to cabinet to sleep platform. It's just that simple. I built this side cabinet long enough to extend past the sleep platform. Those electrical connectors you saw here on this end are what I refer to as my nightstand. I can have my phone, my watch, things charging overnight while I'm in bed, so they're right here at hand. Once I picked up my Harker, I took it to my house and parked it in my driveway. I did the whole interior build as my own design, my own effort. The cabinetry is all fabricated out of a laminated aluminum PVC core panel. The framework is all 1/8 wall aluminum tubing, all riveted together. I didn't do any welding. Built it myself in my driveway. Took me about 2.5–3 months to get to where it was ready to go on the road, and I'm still finding little things that I want to refine, but it served me well I went on an 8-week road trip in it, and I'm doing small revisions to get it dialed in. I'm really quite pleased with how my builds worked out. I'm really super pleased with the fact that the Harker stayed solid on the Jeep when it laid on its side. That was totally unexpected, but didn't find anything funny out of place. It's comfortable to sleep in, comfortable to sit in. Been in a variety of weather, a variety of climes. Looking forward to going on a lot of additional adventures in it. If you have questions on the build or questions on what Harker can build for you and a rig for you, make sure you give the folks here at Harker Outdoors a call.